Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to create your continuous pattern. So you can see here I have made 3 components out of my pie pieces. I've got my flower, my mushroom and a little butterfly, and I've positioned them on my page so that they are overlapping at the top and at the left side only. Make sure they don't overlap at the corner. And you definitely don't want anything to overlap on the other 2 sides. They need to overlap in order to make it a continuous pattern. Otherwise it's just a unit that you would stick together and there'd be like a border around it. So once you've done that, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a colored background. And to do that, I need to draw a rectangle. Sorry, not a rectangle, a square, the same size as my page. And I'm going to just zoom in a bit so that I can be 100% certain that I have clipped right on the intersect of that corner. And then I know it's 150 by 150, so I'm going to use the preset. Click OK, and then just double check that it fits perfectly, and it does. So if I zoom out now, you can see I've got a blue square which is going to be my background. To put it in the background, I go up here to Object, Arrange and Send to Back. So now if I click off, you can see that I have got my components with this lovely background. Alright, so to now make it continuous, the way that I'm going to do that, and I'll zoom in a little bit so that it's a bit easier to see, I'm going to, with my selection tool, draw a rectangle that captures just the elements that are overlapping. Now I need to be careful, I don't want to select the square at all. So I'm just going to capture the edge of these components that is hanging off the page. It's important that they are grouped as individual components, and then once I do that, you can see now it's selected those 4. I'll zoom out so you can see what happens. I'm going to go up here to Object, Transform, Move, and then because I know the size of my page, what I'm going to do, in this case, I want to move those components from the top of the page to the bottom of the page. So I'm going to put 0 for horizontal, and for vertical I'm going to put 150 millimeters, and then I'm not going to click OK because that would just move them. I'm going to click copy, and that will copy them and then paste them down the bottom. So you can see now they are in exactly the same position but down the bottom. I'm going to do that exact same thing again for the components on this side of the page, making sure that I've captured all of them. I'm going to go Object, Transform, Move, and then 150 for horizontal because I want to move it across the page, 0 for vertical, and again copy. Okay, so at this point you take a little time to reassess. You may need to add some components back in, so I might put a little mushroom here. You don't want to have too much blank space. I think that's actually perfect. So once I've done that, I'm going to draw another square which intersects exactly with the corners. So I'll go here. This time I'm going to make it see-through. To do that, I just click this little white square with a red line through it. That means that it is, there's no stroke and no fill. I'm going to make sure that I'm intersecting with that corner again. $150 by 150, click OK, then just double check that it fits perfectly. It does. I'll zoom out. And then now with my selection tool, I'm going to select the whole lot. I'm going to go to Object, scroll all the way down here to Clipping Mask and select Make. You can see That gets rid of all of the overhanging parts. Now, to test my pattern, I'm going to go here, I'm going to open a new file. This time, I'm going to make it 300 mil by 300 mil. So make sure you've got millimeters chosen, 300 by 300. I'm going to call this one test pattern. Click create. So now I've got a new page which is bigger than my previous one but still a square, and then I'm going to go back to my original one, select the whole thing, Command C to copy, go back into my new page, Command V to paste it in, and then I'm just going to click and connect it to the corner, and then if I copy and paste, I can fill it in. So I'm just testing that my pattern is accurate. You can see that I could just keep doing that bigger and bigger and bigger forever. So I could make, a giant, I could make wallpaper if I wanted to. Now I'm just going to zoom in. So to zoom in is Command and the plus sign, and I want to click off just to check that it is, let me do that it fits perfectly, and you can see you absolutely cannot tell where the joins are. So we'll zoom out and you can have a good look, and then what we'll do is we'll print this A3 size so that you have your own custom sheet of wrapping paper. Okay, that's how you create a continuous pattern inspired by Ed Emberley's Picture Pie using Illustrator.